Hi, welcome to the Balisongs YouTube channel, and today we're going to be going over the 6 Balisongs I literally carry with me every single day. I take them to work, I pack them up in their little cases, and I have them at work, and then I have them at home. I do not leave the house without either one of these 6 Balisongs or they all come with me. So let's go ahead and get this video started, and yeah.
Legends ain't born, they built from the grind. From benches to banners, we sharpen the mind. We sharpen the sword and promise and swore that we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Hey, yeah, we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Hey, yeah, we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Legends ain't born, they built from the grind. From benches to banners, we sharpen the mind. We sharpen the sword and promise and swore that we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Hey, yeah, we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Yeah, we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. From the tunnel to tip up, we dialed and letting it rain like a Kristaps, a unicorn, something the league never seen.
We're going to take a quick break and we're going to talk about what Balisongs is real quick. We are a Balisong company. We build stands for you. And these is our 3 current models in our lineup. We have the shortstop, which carries 6 Balisongs. We have the ladder, which carries 11, has a drawer system in it, a place for you to put your tools, and then we also have the rollover right over here. The rollover has a 9 Balisong slot, places for all your lubricants, a Nautilus key, and also little organizers and stuff. And we build these and we sell them. And check out the link down below. And if you're interested in picking up one, I would appreciate it, because that's how I'm gonna fund to do some of these mod stuff that I'm gonna be making content for you guys. So thank you so much, and let's get back to the video. All right, starting number 1 on the list is the Nalis Hydra. I recently purchased this about a month ago, and I have to say, this thing is probably severely underrated and not talked about enough when it comes to finding a competitive flipper for the right amount of money. And that is really, really sad, because I think that if you really want to get good at flipping, but you don't want to break the bank, and you know, things like a Tonto Kraken is so consistent, the Nalis Hydra is just slightly behind it. And I would have to say that this has turned into basically one that I never leave the house with or when I go to work, because I just enjoy flipping it so much, and it has a more neutral balance than what you would get out of the Kraken. So, Nalis Hydra, shout out to you. This thing is absolutely great and should not be underlooked. I think if you don't have one and you are into competitive flipping, you should at least try one if you can. Going on consistent basic flippers that are kind of boring without any flavor is the Squid Industries V3 Kraken, or Kraken. I know that there's a story behind it as to why it's named the way that it is, but the Kraken or the Kraken is a very solid, high performer Balisong that I always love carrying with me at all times. And actually, this is my main flipper as of right now. I flip this every single day as I'm trying to nail tricks down, like the cherry picker or the Z choker, or all sorts of kind of more intricate tricks that requires a lot of consistency to get your dexterity and repetitive motions really nailed down. The Tonto Kraken or a trainer Kraken is really good at doing so, and the reason why it does it so well, and actually what's actually really impressive about this, is that it has the right amount of balance. And by that I mean that it's got enough tip way with the Tonto blade to carry momentum and fan really well, but it's handle biased just enough to where rollovers are very sticky and stuff like that, making this thing an extremely consistent competitive flipper, and is widely used in competitions because of its performance and what it does. Now, the problem with it is that every once in a while I go in spurts where after flipping it for 1 or 2 weeks, I gotta put it away. I need something different, and that's kind of like the downfall of the Kraken. But if you're very serious about being a really good flipper, this is a must-have in your inventory. Next one on the list is probably my most favorite Balisong, and if I had to basically only save one out of my $3,500 collection, believe it or not, is the Nautilus. The Nautilus is one of the most is one of the most fun, unique flippers I have had the pleasure of owning. Now, granted, yes, you could probably say I'm a bit of a Squid Industries fanboy, and I can get deeper into that in a different video if you like me to, and comment down below and let me know. I will do that. But the Squid Industries Nautilus is by far my most favorite Balisong out of my collection. It's super light, super nimble, it changes directions really well, it has a pretty solid balance, and yes, it is also plagued by tap issues. The problem is the Zen pins in the middle, all that stuff that generally is bad about the Nautilus is not really been a problem for me. All the videos that I saw, everybody saying that this is gonna be an issue. I have never run into this problem, and I've had 2 of them. So now the tap issue, I did run into a tap issue. It was real bad. And I later modified this one. And if you really wanna know what I did to this one, comment down below. I'll make a video going over what I did to the Nautilus to make it tap resistant, because I don't care anymore if this thing falls on the floor. I really don't. Still solid, no tap whatsoever, and this thing is used and abused. I absolutely love the Nautilus. It's a great Balisong, and I definitely carry this almost every single day, and I have been for the past 8 months. 8 months! Nautilus is in my pocket. So, there we go. And unfortunately, again, you're gonna see a pattern here, is the Squid Industries Thai Kraken. Now, the Thai Kraken's a bit of a controversial Balisong because it carries a very infamous name, which is the Kraken. And I don't want people to kind of let you know that this thing is a bad knife. It's actually a really good flipper. It's actually a lot of fun. Personally, the trainer variant flips the best when it comes to consistency. The trainer variant is good because it is slightly handle biased, as opposed to almost borderline blade heavy or blade biased in the Tanto variant. But this is a really good knife. It's just really bad at being a Kraken. But if you take that out, looking from the outside in, it's actually really good, and it's fun, and it's got personality, and it's got little quirks that you got to work around it, which is great, which is a far cry from what the Kraken usually is, because the Kraken is so basic and it lacks personality. This is where the Thai Kraken comes in, and I think is really good. So now I have modified mine slightly with polishing pivots, the blade where the bushing stay, and then I've done the Nami pins and the bottom end, and then my own balance variant, getting it right to where I get crazy amount of momentum, but I don't sacrifice the kind of neutral feeling that it has. And if you guys want me to go further into that, of course, comment down below, let me know. Next on the list on controversial Balisongs is the Squid Industries Hydra. I think this is one of the most interesting designed Balis probably out there. And the reason for that is that this thing is a bit of a cheater. This thing weighs at 4.1 ounces on my scale, and you would think that it lacks a little bit of tip weight, which it kind of does. It does lack a little bit of tip weight, but what's crazy is it still feels crazy neutral or has a really nice fan to it due to its design. It flips like it weighs 3.6 ounces, but it weighs 4 ounces. And the way that this is achieved is that the majority of the mass of this Bali is located right here in the center. And I could nerd out real hard on the design of the Hydro, sorry, Lucas, Hydro. I can nerd out on the design of this knife for a good solid hour. And it's a fun flipper. I know that if you put the zippy extensions on it, it's apparently a game changer for it, but in all honesty, I really like the quirkiness of the shorter handles. It makes it really fun to EDC because it doesn't take a lot of room in my pocket, but at the same time, it's just a underrated good Bali. And I really think that it's just a really good underrated Bali. It is. I got nothing else to say about it. Leave me alone. If you don't like it, fight me in the comments. Next on my list, this is probably the pride and joy of my collection. I absolutely love this thing, and that is the Squid Industries Kraken. What? Squid Industries Tsunami. Phenomenal. I love this thing. And the funny thing about flipping when it comes to progressing through the hobby, I guess is the best way to put it, is I used to think that this was really good. And the reason is when you first start out, you're doing basic tricks. And you're more inclined to pick handle bias balisongs because that's currently what feels good to you with the current repertoire or the current lineup of tricks that is probably in your library. As you progress and get better and start doing more intricate, more technical tricks, you start to lean and gravitate towards more of a neutral or blade bias Bali. I still under the impression that you want a bit of handle bias in the knife, and that's where the Nami nails it. The Tsunami is a staple and a extremely desired balisong for a good reason. And Lucas, again, just like the Hydro, I can nerd out on the design of the Tsunami and why it's so good for a solid hour. It's just an awesome balisong, and it's probably just at this point not as cool anymore because it is getting up there on age, and it is getting up there on other companies are stepping up to the plate where they're making competitive flippers of this caliber that's not from Squid Industries. Yeah, those are the 6 balisongs that are always with me at all times, and if you guys want, I got some honorable mentions. Now, in the honorable mentions category, these are balisongs that go through my rotation. I sometimes have them, and sometimes I won't touch them for weeks on end. Now, we're gonna start off with something that's recently made its way into its rotation, is the LDY Orion V1.5 live blade. And I didn't flip it much because it came insanely sharp and I didn't want to cut myself, which I have a tendency of doing. Shout out to LDY for making Band-Aids that, you know, comes in their balisongs because they come in handy. But it came insanely sharp, but as I started learning stuff like the Kiss Goodbye, the Cherry Picker and stuff like that, this balisong has become a lot of fun and is slowly starting to kind of live in my brain rent free. Another one is my Volt Pro. I originally started this hobby with a Volt, that I severely modified to the point of it's no longer recognizable. And if you guys want to see that, let me know. But the Volt Pro was a Balisong I absolutely freaking hated. Hated it the moment I got it. I had the trainer variant, then I bought the stepladder false blade, trying to make it better, and I don't know what it was about it, but I didn't like it. I didn't like the handle gap, I didn't like the close gap, I didn't like the G10 scales that are integrated within the handles. I just didn't like it. Until I got further into my journey and started picking up more tricks, that's where the Volt Pro actually, I flipped it one day and I was like, wait, hold on a second. This thing's actually pretty good and is a solid ripper. And I don't know why I was so upset about it, because I actually sold this and then bought it back. So the Volt Pro still stays within my collection from time to time. And I carry it never, but I do pick it up a little more often than I should. Next is my Seraph with an Opus blade. This thing is what I like to call a vibe flipper. What do I mean by that? When I'm not trying to learn new tricks, I'm just trying to do some flow and just wanted to flip and hear some cool clackety clack noises. This is the Balisong that I pick up, and I always at least flip it 4 minutes every day, or I look at it because it's so beautiful every other day. And next on here, actually this came in today, and I know this is gonna be going around my rotation, and I haven't put it in my main ADC carry list because I don't know about it yet. This is a Tutori live blade. I actually bought it as a trainer, sent it over to MachineWise, emailed Martine and said, can you put a live blade on it? I'll pay you money. And they said, yeah, that's fine. And so, so they did. So I actually owned a trainer variant of this, and at the time I didn't have the skill to completely understand what I had in my hands, and I sold it like an idiot. But now I have one back in my collection. What's actually really funny about the Tutori is that when I was into, I missed the whole Prisma, all the Slift T's, all that stuff was, when I was aware of MachineWise, they were phasing all that stuff out, and they were coming out with the Sasori, the aluminum Sasori, and the Tutori. I didn't buy any of them except the Tutori, and I missed the ability to buy an aluminum Sasori. I spent 8 months looking for this thing, and it actually came with a live blade. Shout out to my buddy, you know who you are. Came with a live blade, and when I bought the Tutori with a trainer, we did some swapperoonies, and so I do have a live blade for it, but I'm currently trying it out on the trainer variant, and I have to say, it doesn't carry momentum as good as the live blade, but it's still a lot of fun. And the thing is this, the feel of the hand on the aluminum Sasori. I had the Thai Sasori, the aluminum Sasori I feel is significantly better. MachineWise, what are you doing? Bring this back immediately. You will sell a ton of these, I guarantee it. So that is it. That is my rotation in my collection. There's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's about 6 more Balisongs over there, or 8 more Balisongs that I have, and I don't flip as often, but I have them, and I should stop, but I don't. And my wife is probably going to be really upset if she ever finds this YouTube video, which she won't. So I can plainly say I've spent way too much goddamn money on this hobby, and I continue to do so. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, let me know, and don't forget, we have plenty more to come. I will be covering modding, anodizing, doing solid stainless steel washer conversions and how to do them right. We're gonna do speed channeling. Like I speed channeled this Kraken handles, and I got a secret hidden project that I have just purchased, and it got here today, and we're gonna do a whole mod train on it that makes it an absolute killer. So yeah, hit the subscribe button, share this video with your friends, and that's it. That's all I got for you guys. Okay, bye.